Big problems for San Francisco, possibly bigger problems for the United States. Hey everybody, Scott Walters, buckle up, strap in. We got a hard-hitting pull, no punches, no sugarcoating it, no rainbows, no sunshine. I'm just going to give it to you and give it to you straight. We got a good one to unpackage today. Welcome to the show. I hope everybody's doing great. So today we're going to take a look at a listing in San Francisco, California, which was once one of our crown jewels, the crown jewel of America, a destination city that's been mishandled. You know, this is a really big challenge. Even as a real estate guy, I love real estate, own real estate, will take a hit in the next downturn. Always have said, be willing to sacrifice now and ride off into the sunset later. Be willing to live in a cracker box, stack cash, stack income properties, and then later on. No, what this current real estate bubble really drove home for most people, that's why these builders were building as fast as the eye can see. We want to look rich. We want to look rich right away. We don't want to sacrifice now. Why sacrifice now? You can look rich now. And that's the challenge that everybody fell for. Not only the crisis, but in life. We just want to look rich right now. The funny thing is once you accumulate wealth, well, guess what you do? You try not to look rich. Anybody trying to look rich usually isn't that rich after all, or just needs to stroke their ego. Being rich is having your stuff paid off, friends, not being in debt. So unfortunately, we found ourselves in another real estate bubble. The challenge with this bubble, it's not a garden variety bubble. It's a super bubble, but it gets better or worse depending on how you look at it. This wasn't just organic growth or maybe some stimulated real estate situation that caused little run-ups. No, this was overnight appreciation to never seen before highs, market manipulation. It was a casino climate, a slot machine that continued to pay out. And that's why you had all the investment firms and companies and builders and Airbnb pour into this thing thinking that it was too good to pass up on. Well, unfortunately, if something's too good to be true, it probably is. This thing is starting to have significant blowback. And my job is to protect as many of you as possible. And that'll continue to be my goal. I love real estate. And I know a lot of you know I'm a very active real estate agent. I'm helping a lot of you with buying and selling right now. But more than that, I can sacrifice the sell. I've always said, you want an agent willing to put your needs before their own. If you want to wait, that they'll be willing to wait along with you. Unfortunately, these days, all the trainings are geared to get you to buy now, not wait. Not only with real estate, with everything. Get into a debt, be a debt slave. That is what America is teaching us and ultimately our kids to be good little debt servicers. Well, my job's to try to avoid that. Like, listen, I've lived through a recession before. It was no fun. As a bill-paying adult, suffered some of its blowback. I've got good real estate, but I bought one property in that last mess, and it went upside down, and it left a bad taste in my mouth. In fact, I watched that property stuck on the market for a year going through price reductions when I came along and scooped it up, but I caught the dreaded falling knife. It had further to go. You will never time the bottom of a real estate crash, in my opinion, but you can time the top. We have done it. When you see overnight appreciation, never seen before, highs start to flatline on life support and actually reverse course. Today, we're going to take a look at a property that's reversing course, and this is the challenge, friends. This is the challenge. Oh, gosh. So many challenges. We're going to visit the $1 Million District. We're going to see what's going on with, here's the thing. Prior to interest rate hikes, when the euphoria was still in full effect and a lot of stimulus was still out there in a low interest rate environment, and it was really unfair. This should have never happened. You could have done a lot of stimulus programs and measures and money and injections, but when you overheated the biggest asset class in the world, the U.S. housing market, and let it become a runaway train that left the station is off the rails, a two-headed monster as we have risen interest rates in inflation and runaway inflation, and it's refusing to go back in its cage. It's remaining sticky. You guys go pay your bills, groceries. It ain't getting cheaper. It's only one thing, the way this thing goes. Whew. Another video, we have to talk about the election. A lot of people deciding to wait till after the election to buy or sell. Gamble, roll of the dice. But my job is really to help you guys just understand the markets. Now, real estate's local. All areas behave differently. I've always said this, and this is probably one of my biggest catchphrases I run with. Nobody, you might be recession insulated in your area, but you're not recession proof, meaning real estate's local. Some will be the last to get hit, maybe the first to climb out of it, but everybody gets touched in a deep cycle recession, historical data would show us. So we have to proceed with caution. Calculate our risk tolerance. How much risk are you willing to take in a super bubble? That's the $1,000,000 question, right? If done properly, there's safety out there. It's my job to show you the safety. Today we're going to take a look at a place that offers, in my opinion, no safety, only risk. Only risk. So stay tuned. If you're new, subscribe as we'll get to areas that I will show you safety, in my opinion of it. And most of you that need real estate agents right now or want to get started with one, I'm having these conversations with you right now. Right now, where's the safety at? Where's the safety? Where should my risk tolerance be? Listen, real estate's designed to be held. Not flipped, not speculated. This, as much as they wanted to turn this into just like a crypto or a stock market climate, it's not. It's slow-moving, tangible asset real estate where you will build wealth, where 95% of all millionaires made their money. It is, in fact, the path to wealth, but it isn't by owning your house. It's by owning other people's houses. Remain a renter for life, if you have to, and stack cash-flowing properties. Sacrifice now, ride off into the sunset later. Let's jump over to a local listing in San Francisco, California. Whew. Oh, gosh, I'm glad I'm not an agent there, but I'm working with plenty that are. Let's jump over. Let's jump over and take a look at an active listing. Then we'll meet back here, wrap it up. Let's get started. All right, buckle up, strap in, roll up your windows, lock your doors, maybe even throw on an economic face mask if you can find one. San Francisco, California, iconic, the Golden Gate Bridge. Once one of the crown jewels of America is now having massive systemic problems, and it's reaching right in to their real estate market. Let's go ahead and jump over and take a look at a local listing. Now let's bring up today's crash map, courtesy of our good fuzzy friends and failed iBuyers over at Zillow. Everything on your screen going through the kiss of death, price reductions. Now let's go ahead and tour today's home. A big, stately, massive property. Unfortunately, it's doing what? You guessed it, sucking air, unoccupied. Our owner is long gone, and unfortunately, this property does not show well at all. Typically, when you're showing a property, you want it to be neutral, earth tones, no loud colors. This thing's unstaged, unoccupied, and shows horribly. This is going to be a hard one to sell for anybody, especially in a real estate slowdown. Let's keep looking. After their latest price reduction of over $400,000, our property sits dead on the market at $3.2 million. But let's go ahead and dig a little deeper. You're looking for new construction. This one is not it. It was built in 1875. This thing actually might be haunted. It's looking pretty scary, that's for sure. Let's go ahead and read our property description. They wrote us a novel. It's desperation time. Anytime you see anything this long, it means we're getting desperate, which we already knew as we sit unoccupied and not showing very well as we're unstaged, sucking air. Here we are just purely trying to oversell the home and sugarcoat it, in my opinion. Let's keep looking. If we were silly enough to give them their stuck on the market price of $3.2 million, which we wouldn't, we'd be paying approximately over $20,000 a month to carry this property. Oh, it gets better or worse depending on how you look at it. Our property has an estimated mid-range value of around $3 million. We're stuck on the market at 3.2. Our property should show perfectly staged with neutral colors to fetch that type of price tag. I smell a problem for sure. Let's look a little deeper. Here we go, the tail and the tape. We're stuck on the market at over 3.2. We can see that we were priced at almost $4 million. We're going to be lucky to get $3 million on this one. And we can see we were also listed as a rental at $2,600 per month. Our estimated cost to carry if we buy it's over $20,000 a month. This thing is so far apart from penciling out. I don't even know what to make of it anymore, other than the fact that this thing's got an uphill battle, and throw a dart at San Francisco and you'll find plenty of properties just like this one in a similar situation, if not worse. Let's go ahead and jump back to the studio so we can wrap this one up. All right, friends, welcome back. And there you go. So we've got a lot of challenges with this listing, don't we? A lot of challenges indeed. I mean, there's so many, take your pick. But the number one thing is this is a property that was $4 million when it first came on, and now it's approaching $3 million. That's a 25% price reduction. Remember before we cut to the listing how I told you I bought in the last one, and it definitely wasn't a $3 million property, a $4 million property, but it was hundreds of thousands of dollars. And it took a 25% haircut, had another 25% coming. I anticipate this property, in fact, is going to have the same thing. It will be half the price that they thought they were going to get. And this thing, I don't know what kind of shape this owner's in. They're unoccupied, sucking air, meaning they just have an expense on their house. They don't have it rented. They're not living it, enjoying it, living in it. It's just a complete money pit for them. And then the number one thing when showing your real estate is make sure it is neutral. No, there's only one thing that fixes a house that looks like that, and that's price. They came on the market at the top of its price range because maybe either an agent's like,
it's red hot right now, and we should be able to get this thing off the market, no problem. Real estate's still...
No, it's not. Real estate's in trouble, and San Francisco's got economical, social, and political challenges in front of it. It's got the perfect storm to lead the charge in a nice little real estate downturn. And we're looking at properties right now. The luxury market is a tricky. Your buyer pool is much smaller in a luxury market. And that's why, if you guys follow me and you know, if you're buying for investment vehicles, unless you have a large portfolio, maybe a small percentage can be a luxury market or luxury holdings. But it's harder to find people to rent those things. And that thing shows horribly. You wanted to neutralize that, tear the flooring out, paint that thing, get it neutral staged. I could get that thing sold. But whoever owns that thing either was told they didn't need to because real estate's so hot, or they didn't have the money to do it. So anytime you're examining real estate, friends, this is the number one thing. And that's why, like I said, man, if you're ready to get armed with an agent, you let me know. I got the biggest reach in America of high level agents that are willing to put your needs before their own. This is what we need to start doing, writing offers on properties. But first we got to see, do they pencil out? This property, there's no reason to play with it. The owners, and maybe the owner just made the agent, said, hey, listen, the neighbor down the street got 4 for theirs and mine's, special. Mine's special, so I think I should get 4. Agent needs a listing. They're going to take it. They're going to tell you whatever you need to hear. Yeah, I know it's special. I agree. Yeah, there's a lot of architectural, significance here, and it's a, historical property, and it was owned by a renowned, artist. Whatever the case may be. Well, we'll tell you whatever you need to hear to get your listing. But this thing's in massive trouble. So when we're looking at properties, what's my cost to carry it with a standard amount down? This one was $20,000 a month. Did you see it? At some point it rented for $2,600 a month? Like, I don't know what that's about. I mean, it showed so terribly. Maybe that's all they could get for it. But that thing was so far apart from penciling out. That thing would need to sell at, $700,000, $500,000 to get it to pencil out. So that property's in just massive trouble. So you got a lot of strikes against you with that property. It shows badly. So that's my point. When you guys are out looking at properties, we want stuff stuck on the market that just needs cosmetics. Structurally, it's fine, but it's getting overlooked because it's just there's so many distractions. But if you have a trained eye and you go, paint and flooring, bam, this thing's going to look great. But this property, in my opinion, is not the property to go after. Like I said, it's just it's a small, if it's for my forever home and I get it at the right price. But in part of my investment portfolio, I'm not sure this one makes it in at the current price they're at. In final thoughts, I come to you as a friend, as a content creator, as a real estate guy who wants to see you not only win in real estate, win in life, understand the waters you're swimming in now. They're shark infested. San Francisco, welcome to the swimming pool. You're not alone. I could pick apart America and show you properties that are doing this all over. It's now pretty much navigating these waters, understanding the waters that we're swimming in, understanding which properties to look over and to look at closely. It will be time to test properties with an offer. We're just at the front end of a real estate correction that if it doesn't stop there, which most people would say it's not, and we're going to keep going with this one. I just showed you a property today. It's 25% below its original list price. My guess it hits 50. That thing will probably sell for 2 if they're lucky, in my opinion. And we're just getting started because real estate's local, but it'll reach across to the next neighborhood and the next neighborhood. It'll migrate around and it'll slowly touch others. And that's why I always say you might be recession insulated, but you're not recession proof. Some will get hit. Some properties will get hit first. Some will get hit last. Some will climb out quicker than others. That's how real estate remains local. But when we start seeing an artificial real estate bubble lose its air, it's got a really high percentage of likelihood to continue to migrate all over into neighborhoods near you. And that's why I'll be here to blow the lid off it every step of the way. Because it's not only what we need, it's in fact what we deserve. If you appreciate the content, I want to humbly ask you to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. Social media links in the description of this video if you'd like to follow me there, along with the links to channels I've appeared on I think you might enjoy. If you need help buying or selling real estate here in America, I have the biggest network of top-rated agents in the nation ready to assist you. It'd be our honor and our privilege to do so. Email in the description for you as well, or simply reach out to ScottWaltersRealestate@gmail.com. We will find you there. Also, if you're watching from your television set today and you enjoyed this video, you're going to love the next video. And there's an easy subscribe icon for your convenience. As always, thank you for your time. Please go make it count today. God bless, and I'll see you on the next video.